Is the Road Glide 3 the cool trike to have? Guys, my name is Rick and this is the HD Vibe channel. In today's video, I'm going to take you along on a demo ride that I recently did on a 2023 Road Glide 3. I'm going to share with you some of my raw impressions, some funny moments, as well as some of the pertinent facts and figures on the Road Glide 3. And we'll get into all that right after this. All right, guys, first time on a three-wheel motorcycle, so we'll see how this goes. All right, here we go. Here goes nothing. Well, first off, I'll tell you, this thing is, man, you feel every bump. Different sensation. And you do have to be a little cautious when you turn, wherever those handlebars turn, that bike goes. You're used to pushing and counter steering. This is a whole new experience. And I want to put my feet down, but no need. It's a strange feeling, unique experience. So this is the Road Glide 3, Harley's first entrance into a fixed fairing trike, three-wheeler if you will. I believe this has a 114 engine. It is at the rear about 5 feet wide. So you do have to be a little cautious, and you'll see in some of the pictures here, the back end or those tires, man, you hit those bumps and that thing is all over the place, the front end. Much different than two wheels. But as I was saying, the back end, the wheels, tires on this thing are huge comparative to the motorcycle. We'll see how this ride goes, but man, I will tell you, you'd get a workout riding one of these things. You feel every bump in the front end. And obviously you don't counter steer, so you kind of are steering it like you would a snowmobile or a four-wheeler or the like. See how this, oh boy, those bumps are terrible. So as you're sitting here, I mean, if I'm just looking at this, this looks, from a cockpit perspective, obviously just like my Road Glide Special, the 2021. Infotainment system is the same. Gauges are set at the same location. But you obviously know you got to fight this thing through curves. It's not easy to get through these curves, and you're steering it. And again, I want to put my feet down, but I don't have to. A little close there. Not quite sure that's a legal turn. Man, these turns are tough. Fighting it. Okay, no turn signal. Nice. So pretty decent acceleration. But man, these curves, these turns are tough. So if you do actually take one of these out on a demo ride, you actually have to watch a 15-minute introductory video on how to actually ride a three-wheeled motorcycle. Some of the features, obviously it has reverse, it has a parking brake, so it's a little unique in that. And actually the reverse is right there, I believe, right on the hand grip. It's actually also your start switch, which I wasn't exactly sure when I first went to start it, but it's your start and reverse. And these are set up for 2-up riding if you would so choose to put a passenger on here. This one actually has a backrest on it. I'm not exactly sure if that's the way they come standard or if that's an option that they put on the bike. I'm looking down at the tag here. I'm not sure. That might be a standard feature, but this one's Vivid Black, the standard Vivid Black Harley color, and comes in a grayish, what is it called? Gray haze and bright brilliant blue, so I guess a two-tone on this as well. Bars feel just the same as the Road Glide, same mirrors, as I said, same infotainment system, same gauge setup, same cluster. So very similar look and feel. I mean, I think it's got obviously the same tank, 6-gallon tank, just like the other Grand Touring bikes. Same speaker setup. You got 2 speakers up in the fairing. You got your fairing pouches. It's all pretty similar to a Road Glide from that perspective until you get back to the back. You actually have a nice sized trunk back there that has a lot of storage space. So I guess if that's where you put your stuff. You don't have saddlebags, so you put all your gear and all the things that you need to carry with you when you go out on a ride. Put that back there. I'm sure that locks. I'm not sure if it's a remote lock or not. Oh, tight, 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 tight. Man, I'll tell you what, turns are rough. Which makes me kind of think about this. I mean, usually, you know, you got people that quote-unquote age out of riding on 2 wheels because they don't have the leg strength anymore, or maybe the balance, and they go to these things. But man, you got to have some upper body strength to muscle this thing around. I'm not sure what the weight is, but I'm sure it's a lot heavier than any of the touring bikes. And I just put my foot down. That's kind of funny. Habit, muscle memory. I mean, the exhaust note on this is actually not too bad. I know it has, I'm pretty sure it has stock slip-ons on here. This bike doesn't have anything done to it. So you do get a fair amount of sound coming out of it. Again, I'm running through the RPMs, not tremendously hard, but maybe run up just a little bit over 3,000, 3,500, but under 4,000. This bike has actually only got 1,835 miles on it right now. Didn't put my foot down that time. Man, every bump. Of course, I've never ridden. They have more of the Batwing fairing or no fairing 3 wheels. I think it's called a freewheel, and then you have kind of the original. I think it's called the Trike Glide. So I obviously haven't ridden that. So those are the fairings are mounted on the forks. So I'm just curious if it's any different than this. They don't have any of those here for demo day because obviously this is a new bike into the 2023 lineup. so I can't really compare, but I mean, it's comfortable. Seating position is good. Seat is a typical Harley seat, you know, big cushy padded seat that they put on the Ultras and the Limiteds, etc. So pretty similar seat. It does sit you pretty close to the tank. You know, the interesting thing is there's no front crash bar, because obviously bike's not gonna fall over in a low speed, but what that does is limits you to, I guess if you wanted foot pegs, highway pegs, you'd have to mount them off of the floorboards. Which is not the end of the world. But I don't have anything that I can kind of rest my legs on. As you can see there, there's nothing there. And resisting the temptation to put my foot down again here. So far we got one foot down. So now we're going to get through this light here. We're actually going to get up to highway speeds. So we'll see how that how this thing does at highway speeds. So again, I'm steering this thing. Man, that is rough. I guess you get used to it over time, but man, oh man. Not bad. Highway speeds, I'm 60 miles an hour. Pretty comfortable, very smooth. Not much wind, I'll tell you that. Pretty much just like the Road Glide. I'm not getting, there's obviously no buffeting, but no bad wind. It's going up over my helmet. So overall, I would say pretty smooth. You know, when you got up on highway speeds, it was very smooth. When you hit any bump though, man, that front end just jerks everywhere, just like that. So that would take some getting used to for sure. But it is smooth. I mean, as far as going through the gears and through the power range, it's not, it's pretty good. For, I'm sure, a much heavier bike than what a normal touring bike is. Get out here, let's get into throttle just a little bit. So it's not going to snap you back in the seat, I'll tell you that, but I mean, it gets going, so it's not terrible. And I'm sure this is just the standard, I think it's a 114 engine, so it's not going to be super torquey. I don't know if they make any adjustments for this Road Glide 3 since it is heavier. I kind of doubt it. So let's see how I can maneuver this thing back into the demo ride staging area here. See how this thing maneuvers. All right, so now let's see, neutral, we're in reverse, and back this sucker up. Parking brake on. And we have landed. My first ride on a three-wheel motorcycle, and that being the Road Glide 3. So there it is, guys. Few views from here. Interesting bike. Alright guys, first ride on a Road Glide 3 three-wheel motorcycle. Man, it was rough. Smooth ride on the highway. Handling in the front end's a little rough, but overall, good deal. With that, guys, I'm going to leave you with this thought. Life is short. Get out and ride the bike. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.